The bustling ABC studio in New York hums with midday energy on October 26, 2025, sunlight slicing through the high windows to spotlight the iconic round table of The View, where autumnal scents of pumpkin spice mugs, gilded leaves scattered like confetti dot the curved wooden desk, the plush armchairs in deep burgundy and sapphire inviting the kind of unfiltered chatter that turns mornings into must-watch moments. Whoopi Goldberg, the EGOT beacon in a flowing ochre tunic that drapes like desert wisdom, her locks loosely braided with golden threads, opens with her signature soulful cadence, rise and grind, View Tribe. We're tackling Hollywood's glow-ups and grit today. I buckle up, it's gonna be a ride. Cheers thunder from the 200-strong audience, a vibrant mix of midtown millennials in chunky knits and retirees with thermos flasks, clapping in sync as Joy Behar, the 83-year-old firebrand, leans into her mic with a sly grin, her silver pixie sharp as her sarcasm, clad in a crimson blouse that flares like a warning flag. Sunny Hostin, poised in pearl white linen, adjusts her pearl earrings thoughtfully. Sarah Haynes, the golden retriever of the group, and Sunny Lemon, waves enthusiastically, and Alyssa Fair Griffin, the measured mediator in tailored taupe, nods with quiet intrigue. They dive into the hot topics, a lively roast of celeb activism's Instagram era, Joy slicing first. These A-listers post one filter and think they've fixed feminism past the eye roll. Laughter laps the room, Whoopi weaving in a Broadway boundary tale, her voice a grounding groove that pulls thoughtful hums from the crowd. The opener orbits smoothly until the announcer's voice booms like a red carpet reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Scarlett Johansson. The studio erupts in a scarlet wave of screams, fans from Lost in Translation romantics to Black Widow warriors surging to their feet, phones aloft as Scarlett, 40 and timeless, glides on stage with that effortless allure, her blonde waves cascading in beachy tousles, dressed in a sleek black sheath that hugs her curves like a second skin, paired with strappy heels that click with quiet command, her green eyes sparkling with wry warmth as she waves modestly, that megawatt smile disarming the decibels. The co-hosts swarm for hugs, Joy's embrace theatrical. ScarJo, you vixen, still slaying aliens or just slaying red carpets? Scarlett chuckles, her husky timbre velvet over gravel, a little of both. Joy mostly dodging paparazzi plot twists these days. She settles into the guest spot, legs crossed elegantly, the set's vibe shifting to starstruck serenity, the audience hushed in relevance for the woman who's voiced high ghosts and headlined billion-dollar franchises. Whoopi eases in. Scarlett, your Jurassic World rebirth role. Leah Dino diva alert. How's it feel trading capes for claws? Scarlett leans forward, animated grace in motion, thrilling. Whoopi like therapy with teeth. Directing the chaos, reminds me, life's wilder than any script. The room dissolves into delighted ooze. Sarah fanning herself. You're our ultimate girl boss. A spill on the rom-com comeback with that mystery leading man. Sunny probes production perils. Alyssa applauds our advocacy arcs. And Joy, nursing her chamomile, tilts her head coyly. Scarlett, you're the queen of reinvention. Ever trip on your own pedestal? Like Black Widow regrets or just Widow's peak woes? Laughter lightens the load. Scarlett's grin easy. Regrets? Nah, they're plot fuel pedestals. I prefer park benches. Keeps the ego in check. The flow feels like fine Chianti, anecdotes bubbling, her monologue mishap drawing howls, a quick loosey queep. I used 100% of my brain, still can't find my keys. Having even Whoopi wheezing. They swirl to substance, Sarah asking about motherhood's multiplex, balancing Rose and Cosmo with blockbuster superhero status. Scarlett softens, eyes tender, it's the real blockbuster messy magic, no reshoots. Joy nods, but her probe prickles. Magic? Sure, but Hollywood's harsh on hot mamasa. Ever snap at the mommy makeover mandates? Or is it all gloss and gratitude? The audience murmurs curiosity, Scarlett nodding pensively. Gratitude, mostly about mandates, they're outdated scripts. I've pushed back, quietly. A change creeps better than chaos. Sunny cheers subtly, but Joy persists, tone teasing yet tangential. Creeps? Honey, with your clout, why creep when you can crash the gate? We've torched tropes here, your turn to tango. Scarlett's smile holds, but a shadow flickers, Tango, I've danced with dragons. At timings the tempo. Rushing rage, burns bridges. The hush deepens. The bends underscore ebbing as Joy leans in. Bridges, or bunkers? Come on. ScarJo rage like us gals. Name the Neanderthals scripting your shelf life. The spark strikes. The studio's golden glow glinting off gathering storm clouds. The prelude to a powder keg in paradise. The round table's camaraderie curdles like milk in the microwave as Joy's crimson blouse seems to pulse hotter under the unforgiving spots. Her gestures growing grander, rings flashing like distress flares while the audience shifts in their seats. A front row flutter of fans exchanging wide-eyed whispers. Is she shading the glow up? At the house band soft jazz riff fading to underscore the simmering standoff. Scarlett exhales measured, her sheathed dress a shield of sleek black, voice steady but laced with that Johansson edge. Neanderthals, Joy, I've named Ema in contracts, in columns, in quiet exits from toxic sets. Rage, it's renewable, but reckless, wastes the win. The retort triples like a stone in still water, gasps grazing the gallery. Sunny's pearls clicking as she interjects. Balance, yes, Scarlett's building empires, not just burning them. But Joy, undeterred by decades of daytime dust-ups, barrels forth with Brooklyn brass, wins, poetic, but passive. Look at the post-40 fade-out for femmes fatales. A you, poster girl for prime time over, don't bunker blast. Or is the Black Widow bite just for the boys? The personal pivot pierces, Scarlett's green eyes narrowing to emerald slits, her fingers drumming the armrest subtly. Bite, try baring teeth in boardrooms where over is code for out of vogue. Passive, I've pivoted from pinup to producer. Your blasts are bold, Joy mine, blueprints for the next wave. Cheers clash in the crowd, half hailing her poise, half hyping Joy's heat. Phones proliferating as #ScarJo versus Joy seeds sprout and feeds. Producers in the glass booth gesturing wildly, headsets hissing dial-lighted downloads dream. Sarah attempts salve, ladies, legacy links USA. Scarlett's rom-coms, Joy's romps through routines. But Alyssa ventures, accountability's fiery. Where's the fuel? The panel spirals into spirited static, voices volleying like verbal volleys in a Vesper tilt, the audience amplifying the anarchy with yas, yelps and uneasy uh-ohs. Joy doubles down, voice veering to vintage vinegar. Blueprints, blue blood, honey, we've scorched the sisterhood snakes. Here your pivot, pristine privilege, dodging the dirt we dig. The bar burrows deep, Scarlett rising fluidly, all 5'3 of fierce finesse unfurling. Privilege, tri-typecast at 20, drolled at 48. I've dug graves for garbage gigs, this, not digging a dissing. I tuned in for table talk, not trial by tabloid. She pivots toward the wings, heels echoing like exit applause, the throng thundering in turmoil. Scarlett, stay. Supplications swirling with stunned silence. As Whoopi hails, sis, Simra sisters stick. But Joy's zinger zips unchecked, stick or slink off screen like a sequel nobody sequels. The severance seals, Scarlett halting at the threshold, profile poised. Sequel, my story's unscripted. Yours, yawn. Walk this. The departure dazzles with dignity, curtains closing like a curtain call cut short, stagehands scattering as the director barks commercial chop. Into the void, the live lens lingering on the vacated void, viral vortexing from coast to coast. Backstage, Scarlett's squad swarms, stylist smoothing her waves, statement on strength. She shakes her head, breath steadying in the green room's hush, not shady. A spotlight shift. On set, the co-hosts convulse in conference, Joy fanning her flush. Too tart? My spice spiked. Sunny, her steel sliced us. Sarah sniffles solidarity, Alyssa arbitrates authenticity, Whoopi orchestrates, raw, real, redeem the ripple. The hiatus hangs heavy, house lights dimming to digest the detonation, social spheres scorching with #view walkout, memes manifesting. Scarlett's stride as widows weave out, Joy's jab as Behar's blackout, devotees dividing, Scarlett's savvy squadrons versus Joy's justice juggernauts, the venerable view's velvet glove grazed by grit in the Scalvana gambit, the abyss absorbs the afterglow, the studio exhaling into engineered easy crew calibrating cameras with clinical calm, the audience adrift and aisles abuzz with what just fragments, while the panel powwows in the penumbra. Whoopi's tunica tent for triage as Joy laments, admire her archipoke the phoenix wrong. Sunny sketches strategy, spotlight her script's apology amplifier. Saru summons sympathy, Alyssa affirms airwaves arc, the timer ticking toward reprise like a reconciliation reel. Lumens leap back, Whoopi wielding the wheel with worldly warmth. Hello again, heartbeats and heads high today. Scarlett Johansson, titan of tenacity, tuned us to tempo's truth. That tango, tempestuous, transformative. Honor her hustle, hurdles hopped, horizons hers. Affirmations align, Joy journaling contrition. Scarlett, darling if echoes reach, my mischief misfired. Your blueprint, boss. Bowing boundary sorry, starry return, roast me right. The gallery alls in arcs, accolades avalanching as a buffered broadcast beams. Scarlett in sun-dappled director's chair, waves windswept, view vibes, vitality. Joy's jolt, juxtaposition for journeys. No grudgy a grid shared. Sequel soon, grins galvanize, frost fracturing to firelight. Whoopi wistful, class act, always. The resurgence rockets to redemption. Monitors mounting Jurassic snippets claws and comebacks captivating woes meshed with rom-com reels. Rose-tinted romps romancing the room. Devotees dialing donations to her women's orgs via app chimes like choral cheers. Sarah spotlights single mom stats, Sunny sues for script equity, Alyssa allies on ageist audits. Joy, rejuvenated, relays a relative's reinvention. Your ripples, revolution, interval intimation as Scarlett's resurgence, escalated as she sweeps back to seismic salute, sheath shimmering, clasping Whoopi close, family fray, forged finer. Joy's junction joyful, jury's out, joking a Java on me next jamboree. Jollity jolts, the junction jamming jests with Johansson's jaunty jazz. Joy, your jabs, Juice ya mine's more jazz hands. Whoopi, we all widow weave sometimes. The debrief delves, undented, Scarlett surfacing shelf life CGA ages amplify, not atrophy. Joy joining, jolted my jaunted grateful for the grace gauge. Devotees devour the dialogue. Dewdrops to delight as Sunny quizzes Jurassic jives. Scarlett sketching a scene with spirited strokes. Dinos, doppelgangers for diva dodges. Alyssa arcs to activism. View Scar-Jo summit on silver screens. Sar seals with Survivor sagas. The segment soaring to symphony. Band's bass blooming to buoyant burst as they huddle hug. Glitter grazing the goodbye. Scarlett's swan song sings soft. Life's lines, leap emo or lounge in the limbo. Credits cascade to crashing claps, patrons pouring out pulsing, not peaked but propelled a Scar-Jo returns rampaging realms. Harmony hymns harvesting. Post-press, in alcove amber, Scarlett and Joy jot over Joe. Your jazz, jumpstart. Joy jibes. Your jaunt, Jula next joust. Overgelay pay tilde plus minus os, not judgments. Fade on fraternal frolics. The walkout trot to wisdom's weave, token and talk TV's tangled tapestry that tussles transmute to treasures, where trailblazers tangle but triumph tandem, one unyielding, unscripted stride at a time, rekindling the view's vital vein of vivacious, volatile, victoriously vivid.